Welcome back to the Unanimous Decision Podcast. I am your host, DPalm. Follow me on Blue Sky, Instagram, and everywhere else at DPalm66. Follow the show at UDPod. Follow the entire network at, you guessed it, the MTR Network. You found us. Don't you dare lose it. Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe everywhere to your podcasts for free 99. Happy Felder Friday, y'all. Celebrate accordingly. What up, Felder?
Don't celebrate shit. This is the fucking worst week of the year. It's worse than Christmas, which I've ruined before. It's worse than Mother's Day, which I also ruined before. This is the worst. This is the golf tournament.
This list of bad days is brought to you by DalePalmerMortgages.com. If you can pay your rent, you can pay a mortgage. It's my job to help you qualify. Check out Life, Love, and Real Estate. And hit me, y'all, DM me if you have any, home buying, real estate questions. We're doing listener questions next episode, recording that in a couple of days. So anything you have questions about, anything you've been too nervous to ask or never got started asking, hit me in the DMs. I'll answer your questions. But we're here. I want to talk to you, Felder. Why is this the worst week of the year?
It's the PGA Championship.
For the non-golf pilled, what does that mean for us?
It's a major.
Okay, but why is it bad for you? I need you to step us through this. Man.
I live so here's the thing. When I drive my daughter to school, I leave my house. We're talking about backing out or pulling out of the driveway. I don't listen to podcasts with her in the car because the podcasts I listen to are pretty grimy. So I go to I listen to The Fray, or I listen to Redbone or Ben E. King, radio, something that's a little bit more wholesome. I can get all the way to where the golf course is in one song.
Okay. So you're close.
Yes. That road is closed. So that's a right turn, protected left turn, protected left turn to get her to school. Now I have to take an unprotected left turn. And for you idiots that don't know what the difference, an unprotected left turn on a 4-lane road is psycho shit. Is mad dangerous. And honestly, it's a 5-lane road because even though there's there's a turn lane in the middle, these people don't know what they're doing.
True.
It sucks. So I have to do that. So I have to take my kid to school a different way. I can't get to the Harris Teeter that I like. My Harris Teeter with my people.
They know.
They haven't seen me. I had to get everything I needed I'm not leaving this house. I got to go to swim practice on Saturday morning, but I'm not leaving this house. Swim started. This is our first week of practice. I got to go on, and I told my wife I would do Saturdays. So I'm doing Saturday mornings so my wife can sleep in. That's fantastic. That's the type of husband I am.
It's a good man.
I don't know if I'm a good man, but I'm someone that will take her to practice.
That's the stories I've heard about not so good men. That's a good man.
So, but guess what? On Saturday is day 3 of the tournament. It's gonna be a bunch of psychos out there.
Yeah.
You know, we counted on our way to school. She either reads or she looks at the cars. And today was a combo, one of each. And she was counting how many buses. She goes to school. We got to school at 7:20 today. Her last bell, 7:45, 7:20, because she likes to be one of the first people in class. She's a nerd. That's just weak. 9 buses on the way to school. 9.
It's not long. Yeah. It's
charter
not long
buses.
Trip to school, man.
I'm not talking about school buses. I'm talking about full ass charter buses. Because those are the people that got to work at the tournament.
Yeah.
Then I get her to school. I go to the grocery store, a different grocery store than the one I like. I hated it. Did not like it. Could not find the country ham. I was like, where is the rest of this stuff? And then stopped at another grocery store to see if they had country ham. They also did not have it. Went to the whiskey store. That's what I call a liquor store, whiskey store.
That's what it gives you.
And then I driving back. I saw 10 more buses because in Valentine, that's where you park there and then they take you on a bus in. And I'm like,
It's only it's only till Sunday though. Like it's very temporary.
Only until Sunday.
It's a temporary inconvenience.
It's a terrible inconvenience.
I'm trying to put you in a more zen state of mind to.
I don't want to be zen. I want to be mad.
Okay.
I want to be mad because this is ridiculous.
Can I encroach in your space?
I want you to. You got stuff that you're mad about. I want to hear you talk about it.
I'm not mad. I just got reintroduced to something in my life that I thought I was done with. You didn't play. You played football, but you outside.
What is that? What was that?
I didn't. It's a joke. Is what it was. It was a joke. But when you really moving someone every play, you get little cuts on your hands. I call them lineman cuts.
Yes,
they suck. Yeah, they're the worst. Well, you don't know about them until you get in the shower, and then you find out about them all at once.
You know what we get?
What do you get?
We get stepped on by fucking fat boys and linebackers.
Anyway,
when you huddle up and they just step on your feet.
Move your feet. Anyway, so earlier this week, I picked up Matthew from daycare. We're doing the post daycare outside play thing, and I see my neighbor. She had I don't even know what kind of plant it is, but it's sharp, and she had it in a trash can. She's getting rid of it, and it had fallen over in the night, and she was trying her best to put it back in this thing.
It's a cactus?
Like something like that. And so I grabbed Matthew, and I'm like, because I'm a gentleman, one, but two, like this isn't a spry young lady. Like this is someone she's got grandchildren. I've seen her around the house. Like I know
an old lady.
She not that old, but she works and she's a nurse. Like I know she's up there in her years. She's
mad old.
She shouldn't be doing this shit for herself. And I go up there, I'm like, hey, let me help you. She's like, no, I got it. Because, and I'm like, no, please, I insist. And so I started to put Matthew down, and he is not having it.
Right.
So I'm like, look, do me this favor. When Susan gets home, I'll give the kid to her. I'll come in here and do it for you. She tells me what she wants done. I say, bingo, got it. Susan gets home. I go, hey, I made a promise. I'll be right back. I go out front, and I'm me, and you're like me because I didn't plan. I didn't grab gloves.
No, don't put that on me because I'm in gloves all day.
I didn't put on gloves. I didn't put on real shit. I'm wearing slides.
So you definitely not like me. I got it.
Fine.
I'm shoes all day.
I'm a lineman. I'm like, let's get this shit done. So I pick it up. I actually picked it up in a way that didn't cut myself but too many times. But as I'm picking it up, I don't realize that the entire root system had been pulled out with it.
Yeah. And
so now mud's everywhere. I got to re-grab this whole thing. I put it in the trash can. I go back inside. The slides are shot forever. They're
done forever. Goodbye.
Need new slides. I go inside. I'm like, hey, I'm going to wash this mud off me. And then I'm going to, I'll meet you guys for dinner. And I go inside and I put my feet under the shower, wash my feet up. I put my hands in. Felder.
Blood?
No, honestly, very little blood, but enough shallow cuts to suck.
It hurt. Didn't feel good.
Oh, it still feels bad.
Did you do peroxide on them or alcohol?
Come on.
That's a no?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it.
Oh, okay, good. I'm just making sure. I'm trying to make sure that you took care of, I don't want you to get infected.
I'm straight. I'm not going to lose any fingers. But the moral of that story is if you can do something good for someone else, you should do it. But also, plan ahead. That's 100%.
You had time to put.
I had so much time, but I don't get a whole lot of time with the whole family. We're all working and the kids take it. I enjoy that time we're together. So I was very much bam, bam, bam. We knocked the shit out. So
I love the time when my wife and I and my kid are together too. I do always put on gloves.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Because you know me fairly well at this point. We've been friends for years now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring this up again. I don't want to come on here every time we talk and talk about your coach. I don't.
My coach?
But he keeps doing shit.
My coach is John Bunting. What are we going to talk about John Bunting about?
The current coach of your
my school. Oh, Bill Belichick?
Oh, Billy.
Do whatever you want, big dog.
So Pablo Torre does his reporting, says
I know. I just got off. You know this. We had to push our time because I just got off the phone with Joe Ovius, who works in Triangle Media, the OGs. Joe and Joe, the Joe and Joe show. So yeah, I know. This is what do you want to talk about? Because I'm very
I want to
interested.
know, like, the salacious shit. Like, I wish I didn't know anything about Bill Belichick's personal life. I really do.
Jordan Hudson, yeah.
I wish I knew. I wish I didn't know her name. But I found myself listening to Charlotte Wilder's podcast this week, where they went to the Miss Maine pageant, where Jordan took third.
I saw it.
It's a good podcast. It's are two reporters. It's well done. Like, it's a good episode.
Yeah.
It's a good podcast. Honestly, Sports Gossip Show. Check it out.
It's a good podcast. I just don't like it.
So okay, let's keep it football.
Well, here's the thing. And when I talked to Joe Ovius, I said, I think a lot of this is just subterfuge.
5D chess.
Like, yeah, I do. I think that it's like put her out in front, right? It's like if you shit in your
so we
pants,
won't notice the crew of also-rans and yes men around him, like Michael Lombardi and his two sons, and like
that will ultimately get the job when the buyout drops to 1 million. Yeah.
All right, so this has been our conspiracy theory since he got there, is that he would never coach a game. You and I have said this since the moment this started. It's like he's never when the buyout news came, it was like, oh, we're done here, right?
Yeah, but like I will say this, and I am sympathetic is not the right word. Okay. I don't even know that empathetic is the right word. But if I'm ever in a position to gift my daughter
of course
7-figure job, I'm going to give it to her.
But you would do it within the realm of legality and not like, I don't know.
That's what he's doing.
He's a state employee.
This is within the realm of legality.
The quitting before the season, not giving him time to look. I got you.
They have time to look. Like, we are a will to work state. So you can't hire a coach in waiting, which is what they tried to do at the start.
Right.
Remember that? They tried to do
that was the initial leak.
A coach in waiting. So he's like, how do we fix this? Buyout comes down.
Ooh.
I will lead it because the buyout goes from 10 to 1 million June 1st. So then you get to, and like quick like a bunny, you get to July, right?
Yeah.
You get, because I don't think he's going to quit on June 2nd.
No, it's not going to. Yeah, it's not going to be that.
You get to the point where you have UNC by the fucking balls. And now what are they going to do? Sure, you post the job and you wait a week. Who are you going to hire? Herm Edwards? Who are you going to hire?
He's collected people who all owe their entire careers to him.
Mm-hmm. So who are you going to hire? You just have to, even if it's just in the case of an interim.
Yeah, you've got to elevate a Belichick.
Then you elevate Steve.
Yep.
Brian becomes the defensive coordinator. So he gets a raise. He gets a raise.
Yes.
Even as just interim.
Yep.
And you have them by the balls because you don't want anybody on that team to do what? Leave.
Can't have it.
So
you've got to show continuity.
And so that's what you do. And I think that's, I don't understand how other people aren't seeing it that way. If it happens. If it doesn't happen, that's fine too. But if it happens, there's a reason why that's all in place. So like I said, I think the whole Jordan stuff is subterfuge to keep people riled up, keep people interested and invested. Like, how many times do you ever see Mac Brown on CBS Sunday morning? How many times
did Mac Brown write a book? Because Bill wrote a book.
Like, how many times? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many times do you see this stuff? What do you look? You're a Georgia fan.
Okay.
But I know you're a college football fan.
Yes.
What do you know about UNC's football team right now?
They recruited me in 2003.
Yeah, me too.
No,
I'm saying right now.
Right now
for the 2025
season. Very little.
No, say none. Say none.
None.
Who's going to be the quarterback?
Couldn't tell you.
Right. Running back?
Got me.
Linebackers?
I mean, we could do this up and down the roster.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No one knows anything. Like, at least with Dion, because we talked because people try to draw the parallel with Dion, and even my old some of my teammates have tried to draw the parallel with Dion, and I'm like, what do you know about this football team? And they're like, we don't know shit, dude. And I'm like, they're like, but we're good. It's buzzworthy. We're in the zeitgeist. We're doing this.
Did they learn nothing from Shedeur Sanders falling to 5th?
But it doesn't even.
People know your name don't mean it works.
But here's the thing. It doesn't even. That's not even the point I'm making. The point I'm making is at least we knew about Travis Hunter. We knew about Shedeur. We knew about Shiloh. We knew about a couple other their players going into this past season. Right. We don't know shit about UNC, and people go, well, Belichick likes to hide his cards. You can hide your cards all you want. You don't have a spring game. You don't show anybody anything. And sure, you can go back to, again, what's the word I use? Subterfuge?
Subterfuge.
Where this guy is a known cheater, which is fantastic. I think it's fantastic.
That's the one thing where I was like, maybe he'll fit it in college. Like, at least he's already cheating. Like, that's a good starting point.
I think it is, but I don't think I think he's looking at this team and he's like, fuck.
What did I sign up for?
I don't got no Rodney Harrison. I ain't got no Troy Browns.
That's one thing I was trying to impress upon people when this was all announced. Like, in the NFL, there's a certain baseline of NFL player. College football player, that could be anybody.
I might have a murderer, but I don't have Aaron Hernandez. No Gronk. I can't go on NIL and get a freaking Randy Moss. I can't. Oh, by the way, they told me that apparently I sound like Randy Moss when I get a little turned up.
I can see that.
So
I can see that.
It's going to be really interesting. I mean, they open the season with TCU, and then TCU comes to UNC, and then they go. UNC is going to play at Charlotte at Jerry Richardson Stadium.
Wait. Usually the home and home with these kind of schools, one of them ends up just paying to not play the game. They're actually going to Charlotte?
Yeah. Jerry Richardson. Right. I think I might take my daughter, actually.
Yeah, why not? That's a nice little afternoon.
And then, actually, no, I won't because I got to work on Saturday. But I think I might go to the Friday App State Charlotte game.
Right on.
Because I don't think a lot of people realize, and for folks listening, App State, I would argue, is the fourth biggest. Hang on. App State is the
fourth?
I would say fourth works.
Yeah,
fourth in the state of North Carolina. And
as far as populations, as far as scouts.
It's Charlotte, just Charlotte.
Okay.
Specific. I think Clemson is number 1. I think NC State's number 2. I think ECU is number 3. And then App State is 4 for football. If this was a basketball tournament, UNC would be number 1.
Yes.
But I don't think, again, I talk to UNC fans all the time. I don't think they fucking know. They don't know who the quarterback is.
Shout out to Boone, North Carolina. I spent a couple weeks there one summer. Wrestling.
You went to the Klondike?
No, wrestling camp at App State.
Wrestling camp. Oh, you wrestling camp at. I was like, did you go to the Klondike?
No, I was wrestling for 2 weeks. So before we get to the playoffs, which we're going to talk about, NBA draft lottery, Felder.
I haven't looked at it because I knew that the Hornets weren't going to win.
Felder,
what?
The fucking Mavs won it.
That feels like a cheat code. I love the Mavericks, obviously.
For those who don't know, you're talking to two dyed-in-the-wool original Dirk guys. We are Dirk guys at our core. Dirk losing in 06. I'm still upset. I'm still mad. The whole thing was fixed.
I am. Dirk is. So here's the thing. Dirk is my favorite basketball player.
He's not my favorite, but he's up there for me.
He is without a doubt number 1 with a bullet. Michael Jordan is my favorite athlete.
That's a fair. Okay, that makes sense.
They're two different things because I do think that Dirk helped change basketball into something different. And I don't think we talk about that nearly enough because there are two different things. Like Jerry Rice can be your favorite I don't know. Jerry Rice kind of sucks, but it's all fine. What I'm saying is, like, basically for me, Jerry Rice was a very prolific football player.
Yes.
I think that Steve Largent, Randy Moss, and probably Calvin Johnson are better wide receivers than Jerry Rice.
I can see that, yes.
Steve Largent, hands guy all day.
All day.
Randy Moss, up and over all day. Megatron put those two things together.
Megatron is like, him and Julio are the two where I'm like, you had to see it live. You had to see it live.
Yeah, throw Julio in there too. So we have 4 guys that I think are better than Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Because he played against guys that weren't as, like, it was a different game.
Yeah.
And then in basketball, I think that in our lifetime, right? We're 40. In our lifetime.
I'm 39, but whatever.
Okay, fucking cool. In our lifetime,
yeah.
I think the greatest basketball players are the most accomplished, obviously Michael Jordan. But I think that Dirk, Hakeem, Shaq had more influence on the game than Michael Jordan. I think, honestly, if we're going to be serious, I think Michael Jordan had a negative influence on the game. Because he just had a bunch of fucking yahoos acting like they could run around with their tongue out.
I don't know what to do.
It's Steph Curry, too. Steph Curry, by the way. Steph Curry's the reason for the whole fucking Celtics problem.
So, I didn't mean to do this, but here we are. Okay.
Michael Jordan is the best baseball.
No, he's not.
He's the best basketball player of all time.
I disagree.
That's fine. LeBron, Jordan, Kobe. Put them all in a hoop.
LeBron, Jordan. I ain't gotta say that. That's not the
no
third
Kobe.
That's not the third name I put in there. No.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
What do we do? How would this turn into?
Who are you saying?
My third greatest of all time. I'll probably go Tim.
Tim Duncan, amazing. Yeah. Love it. Yeah, the big fundamental. He did not change basketball.
No, he didn't. No.
And that's what I look at this, what I'm talking about.
You're talking about in people who altered the trajectory of the sport.
Exactly. Change the trajectory. Okay. Like, same thing with Lawrence Taylor, right?
Yes. Here you go. Here, cross discipline. Kanye West changed music 3 or 4 times. He's still an asshole.
Oh, he sucks.
But he did legitimately change music.
But he did actually 100% change music. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That is where my like, and I am 39. I grew up on Jordan. Like, if anyone should be the Jordan guy, I mainline. I was playing sports.
I love Jordan.
Michael Jordan. So what
I was an asshole because of Michael Jordan.
That is how impactful I have found how much his kids hate his ass.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, this is a terrible person.
Meanwhile, LeBron's kids, you know what they do? They love the shit out of him.
Like, he started in schools and shit. I'm like, hey, man, if it's a tie, I'm going to give it to the good dude. The fuck are we doing?
LeBron's kids love the shit out of him. They have dinner together. Like, they're like, my dad doesn't go out and play 36 holes of golf and smoke cigars and drink beers. My dad's at home. Taco Tuesday. Get the fuck out of here. This guy's like an adult human.
Michael Jordan, big. Do you see this? He's an NBC correspondent for the new NBA, their coverage next year. He's going to make $7 million to do one Zoom hit a month from a golf course. He's not even going to put out a cigar. Like, this is going to be the most mailed-in shit you've ever.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is, like, but, like, to go back to, like, the actual kernel of this, right?
Yeah, sorry.
I think Dirk, I think Steph,
okay,
changed the game more than LeBron or Michael.
Okay, and I have a reason for both of those.
Hang on, but LeBron and Michael were 2 generational talents that you can't copy their game. The closest we've come to copying their game is Kobe.
Yes. Kobe was
That's it.
a Xerox of Michael. Yes.
That's it. That's all. Nobody else could do it. But with Dirk, we start to see we don't get Kevin Durant without Dirk.
100%. 100%.
We don't get Kristaps Porzingis.
Karl Anthony Towns.
We don't get Karl Anthony Towns without this guy. A 7-footer that's like mid-range game.
A 7-footer who was put on earth to hit jump shots. Like that's how I always describe Dirk Nowitzki.
You don't get that. You don't get Nikola Jokic without him.
Dirk. I couldn't agree more with you on Dirk.
That's what I'm saying. And then Steph Curry changed the entire NBA.
Yes.
To the point where the Celtics are down. Because instead of going to the basket, they're like, take a breather. I'm going to just shoot threes. I'm like, yeah.
Let's talk about the playoffs.
All right, let's do it. I want to. I've been watching them.
First, I want to just say this before. I was saying this before Monday happened. We need to stop the Jayson Tatum Superman commercials. Superman's fucking Superman.
Yeah.
Jayson Tatum
is Jayson Tatum.
Dog.
He don't got no sideburns.
It's tragic what happened to him. I want to say this, and we'll talk about like the serious part about like athlete usage and why we're getting like usage injuries on a 27-year-old. Felder.
I think
I didn't realize how much I hated the Celtics until this series started and I was cheering for the Knicks. I was like, oh, because the Knicks fans are like cicadas. You don't see them but for once every 25 years. They're loud, they are annoying, but you know they'll go away. And now I have the best of both worlds. I got to watch Boston be sad. But if I can watch Knicks fans face disappointment again, like if they blow this series, the tears out of that city will be hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, there's going to be a lot of Tim boots left in a random garbage can on fucking 7th Ave.
Dog, hey, all love.
See, I got New York specifics, dude. I know stuff about it.
All New York. Hey, all love the Knicks fans. When I was there, y'all were terrible. Y'all been terrible most of my life. I'm excited to see my friends be excited, but if the fall is coming because, like, on the other side, whoever wins this shit,
who are these guys that are even playing for the Celtics? Who are they? Someone called that big white boy out from last night, the White Howard, which I thought was very funny. Like every time Jaylen Brown goes out the game, I'm like, who are the rest of y'all?
They get it, and that's the thing is that this is not a good Knicks team. This is a Knicks team that's just got a lot of heart, and a lot of heart carry you so far until you meet someone who's really good.
Heart, dog.
Heart counts. Got them this far.
What are you, fucking Kevin?
No, I'm Tibbs, who knows that if I maximize my players, eventually going to hit a wall. And welcome to the wall, kids.
Tibbs' hair is wild, by the way.
Tibbs a wild boy, man. Tibbs.
I just think like
the Busher.
It really does feel like with Tatum out, maybe I'm wrong. It feels like these guys are in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
They're in better shape. They are the Celtics without Tatum are in better shape. And when I say shape, I'm talking about physical shape.
Right.
They can run, they can move. There's no ball stopping. They pass and they move. And that's how, so you can wear down the Knicks better, especially, listen, let's be real. Jaylen Brown is Jalen Brunson. He's not in great shape.
He's 6'2", Felder.
But that's not the point that I'm making. What I'm saying is if you force him to run around all the time.
I'm making the point of put a body on the little man.
Right.
Make it hard for him to get up. We're saying the same thing, but different ways.
Yes. If you make him have to chase someone around the court constantly, or you make someone lean on him, now we have a problem. Then we got my man, what's his name? Robinson or whatever, who can't make a free throw to save his life. I mean, geez, good Lord. Now they're the number one superpower that the Knicks had was Tatum stopping the ball.
Yep.
Which let them lean on everybody else, which made everybody else tired. And then they didn't have the energy to chase them around all the time on the back on the other side. Now they can chase those guys around because the ball never stops and they just keep running. It's very Golden State Warriors of them to like move, and then I don't like that the Celtics keep taking these threes. They shouldn't get to the cup.
It's that time of year, kids. Like you gotta. We've seen the physicality levels in this playoffs. Like it's not.
Right.
Yes, you can do it. They've done it before, but the
But,
teams
like,
that are
get
being
to the
rewarded right
cup.
now are the ones who, like Anthony Edwards. We'll talk about the West in a second. But Anthony Edwards, when it's time to do it, what did he do? Yammed on them fools, and that opened up the rest of his game and made his confidence come back. And the three started falling again. So there's some benefits outside of the 2 points or less than three to asserting your will on someone in a physical way.
Right. You got to get to like I don't know, man. You played basketball, right?
I was a wrestler, dog.
You didn't play basketball?
I played pickup. I wasn't a basketball player. I was a wrestler.
So I played basketball because, and this is actually funny. I played basketball, and I played basketball because my parents were like, "We got to do something with this kid in wintertime." Because
yeah, you had to do something every season rule in our house.
Same.
That's why I threw in track.
And then I started. Then I played basketball in middle school because my one of my friends was like, "Can you try out with me? I'm just a little nervous to try out." And I was like, "Yeah, fine. I don't want to do this." And then I made the team and he didn't. And then I ended up being a starter on that team.
Oh my goodness.
And I hated basketball. And my mom, you know what my mom did was she was a scorekeeper. My mom kept score for our basketball team. So she would let you, hey, Michael, you know, you got 3 fouls. And I was like, okay, only 2 more and then I'm done. Thank you.
Felder.
I hated basketball. I hated it.
Should have tried wrestling. It'd be good for that aggression.
No wrestling for me.
Why no wrestling? What is that? Ugh.
We didn't have middle school wrestling, first of all. Second of all, I hurt my shoulder in high school. And so I was like, I can't do wrestling.
Well, protect yourself.
But no, here's what I'm saying is
see what you're saying.
These teams, like, they don't realize like how much wear and tear goes into their body. And this is what I'm saying. The thing I learned about basketball is if you just put your body, and you know this from football, if you just like get your body on somebody else's body, they don't like that. And they don't want it to happen all game.
Right.
And that was the Knicks' kind of superpower, which is why when you're down 20 and then all of a sudden the other team is tired. Why are they tired? They're tired. It's the same as in football, right? When you have a running back that weighs 245 pounds and you just keep going and going and going and going and going and going, the other team is like, I can't, there's nothing I can do with this. And I think the Knicks lost that because Tatum doesn't stop. He's not in there to stop the ball. And if he's not going to be in there to stop the ball, then you also take Jaylen Brown out. Mm-hmm. And then you have Jalen Brunson, who, I'll be honest, I don't know if he's in shape or not. I think he's a very good scorer. He's like, if you went to all,
I'm not gonna sit here and question the man's conditioning. Where is this?
I'm not saying conditioning. What I'm saying is that, like, I don't think that his top level of running the floor constantly is the same as like Amari Stoudemire. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's out of shape. What I'm saying is that I think there's like my top, like I just did the Mech Mile this week and I finished 6 minutes behind Stephen Hartzell. It's not because I'm out of shape. It's because I can't do that.
Yeah, physically. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying that his body type does not allow him to do certain things.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not a knock on anybody. It's just that's the reality. Like the way that I learned how to run is not the way that people who run ultra marathons learned how to run.
Very true.
Steph Curry, like look at him and look at Steph Curry, right? And I know Steph's hurt. I understand that. But Steph Curry's body is built to constantly orbit.
Mhm.
And the thing for Steph is, when does Steph have problems? When a bigger player leans on him. Now all of a sudden we're flipping that around. Where Brunson, who is, even though he's shorter, he's still the bigger player. And now he
Yeah.
has to try to run around with these little, like, I mean, it's like chasing around a gnat all day. And you're like, God, this is freaking ridiculous. And then at the end of the day, you're the guy that ends up tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which,
You're
when he
wrong.
ends up tired in the third and the fourth quarter, harder to make those threes, harder to hit your spots, harder to get to your spot. And that's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about the injury that happened to Jayson Tatum. I was watching it live, made me physically ill. I hate
Yeah, it was
watching people
gross.
get hurt.
I hate it.
You saw, like, once you realize it's non-contact, your brain goes to a place you don't want to say out loud. The next day it was confirmed Achilles tear. He's already had surgery, probably smoked the next year. We could talk about like structural speech for the Celtics. What's more interesting to me, I think matters more to you, is a 27-year-old tearing a non-contact Achilles. The Achilles injury is a wear and tear injury. It is an injury that occurs due to usage. At 27, for this to happen to this kid, it also happened to DeJounte Murray out of the Pelicans this year.
Yes.
Like when old buddy in Milwaukee, Damian Lillard tore his, it was like, okay, he's up there in years. It kind of makes sense. 27, 28, these are in non-contact tears. That tells me there's something structurally wrong with the way we're approaching youth basketball, particularly right now, because these are guys who had milestones on the AAU circuit, and no one was like, hey, maybe this isn't a great idea.
That's actually what I was going to ask you, because you said wear and tear, and I'm like, but they're still also load managing. But it's wear and tear, not just from being in the NBA or not just from this season. It's from
a 10-game tournament in 2 days in the AAU circuit.
Exactly. And I think about this a lot, because that would kill me. Like, if I can't tear my Achilles, that would be a nightmare. So
it's my worst. It's my biggest fear as an adult.
Yeah,
I'm just like, hey man, if I can get to the other side without tearing this Achilles, without popping this thing, I'd be real happy. Like,
that's also why I haven't changed my running style, because this is the style that I run. If I try to change my running style, I'm completely fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it is repetitive use. It's also too early specialization. We just talked about, you wrestled, I played basketball, I played baseball.
Right.
You did track.
I thought it was a thrower. Yeah.
Yeah, like in it. Like, okay, I didn't say Anfield. I'm sorry.
No, I wanted people. I didn't want there to be any thoughts of like your boys out here hurdling shit. Like, I want to make sure we're clear on the part of track I involve myself in.
Right. And so I just want, the thing for me is, and again, this goes back to Europe, right? Where we talked about Dirk, the way that they diversify all their, even not just in basketball.
I say they change the training methods inside the sport as well.
Inside the sport, because if you're in Europe, you practice every position.
You're right.
And you learn everything. And I think but we're watching it with Steph as well, correct? Steph Curry?
This is the first hammy he's had. He's had the ankle problems for years, but this is the first hammy he's had.
But he's had, and it's the same leg, and it's ankle problems, and it's the same thing, and it's repetitive, and it comes back and comes back. And this, you think he's going to be done with the hammy?
You're right. I don't know. I'm not willing to. The thing is, he's also that age where the body starts to give. We look at what LeBron James has done without any major injuries, and it's still remarkable.
It's remarkable.
The more and more I watch the injuries occur here, I'm like, this is crazy, because when he hurt his groin 2 years ago, we're like, wait, he can get hurt? I didn't know that was an option.
But it's just like this, like, repetitive cycle of motion that you do, right? Mm-hmm. And people always talk about this. They always talk about, I need to get up 1,000 shots. I listen to Gilbert Arenas' show sometimes, and it's like, I used to go to the gym, get up 1,000 shots in the gym. Okay, great. And all of it was just some poor ball boy, like, and I'm sure he tipped him well, but
yeah.
Just like feeding him a bounce pass at the elbow, And you just do that over and over again. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm hurt. This is bad. And it's not, I truly think, I think that I think there should be more pickup, if we're being honest. Like there should be more pickup.
Yeah.
Like and that's
Unless,
not like I'm not an expert.
Structured. Can I be honest with you? And the saddest reason about it, the AAU thing is picked up because they found that there's a way for people to get paid off these kids.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They make money. It's the same thing with travel baseball.
It's happening. It's going to happen with 7-on-7 if it hasn't already.
We're seeing like the worst thing to me right now, and I understand. I feel bad for these guys, but they're already millionaires, so I feel less bad for them, and I don't mean it like it's not all scary.
Yeah, the downstream effects of it are more injurious.
I am seeing high schoolers and college kids have to get Tommy John surgery with respect to baseball, and that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Like that was a once in a lifetime surgery. And now it is there are guys that get Tommy John.
Who do, yeah, that's who it's like almost a rite of passage.
And then
the next level.
It's like they think they're rookie of the year, where they're like, oh, I can throw faster now.
Shout out to one of the great movies of all our times, Rookie of the Year. Yeah. I can't think of any. John C. McGillney, Dr. Cox from Scrubs is in it. I know that for
Funky butt loving.
Funky. When's the last time you saw Rookie of the Year?
I don't know, 2 weeks ago, 3.
Okay, so all right, I was like, wait, that's a deep ass cut, man. That's good. All right.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Yeah,
I was about to be wild impressed. You know the one line that stuck with me through all these years from Mighty Ducks, the first one.
No, what?
When the 3 black kids come on the ice and the opponents go, "Oh, look at the welfare line."
Oh, that's rude.
I remember.
That's
I had
rude.
to be like 5 or 6. I think I asked what that meant. Oh, buddy.
Oh, that's rude. That's bad. I don't remember that.
That stuck with your boy to today.
No, dude. No.
See this on Disney Plus. See, they scrubbed that line from the movie. It's the bad guys. Like, it's the
I
bad
bet
guys
they
saying
did.
it's the bad guys. It's the kids getting into a fight. It's a bad kid saying it. I get it. Like, but man.
No, dude. No, usage injuries. So to go back to our original point, usage injuries are very because they work so hard on load management, but they're not in charge of what happens when this kid is 16, 17, not in charge of what they do when they're in college. Like,
and the more tournaments your coach says yes to, the bigger the shoe money.
Shoe money, but also like even like Cooper Flag, right? Like we're going to be trying to figure out like, is it Cooper or Connor?
It's Cooper. It's Cooper. No, you're right.
It's Cooper. Sorry, okay.
Yeah.
I second guess myself. But like Cooper Flag, how many tournaments has he played in? And like, what does that look like? And you throw in like a guy like from our like lifetime, like Greg Oden, and he just like, he got tall real fast. And then he played a ton of basketball. And then all of a sudden, oh, my knees don't work.
And it's over. It's a wrap.
It's done. So it's tough. And in the words of RZA, you got to diversify your bonds, nigga.
Let's talk about out west. You a trip, man. No, let's finish up out east because the Pacers outdueled the Cavs, who just seemed like they injuries again. Like it's like they lost their people and then they couldn't get it back.
Yeah, but that shit was over. Like it was just over.
Halliburton's very good at basketball.
Yeah, it was over, and just the Pacers. They're like, it was just over. So we'll see what happens. Is that tonight?
No. The Pacers are done. The Nuggets.
No. The Celtics and Knicks are tonight.
That was last night.
Is today the 15th?
Today is the 15th. Am I wrong?
Yeah, they play at 8:00 today.
Hell yeah. No, 8:30. OKC Denver. It's the only game tonight.
Oh, 16th. Sorry. I got to get close.
Yeah, okay. Got me back. Got me messed up. It's when the podcast comes out, you will be right.
Yes. See?
Made it work for you.
I'll tell you what, man. Shea is a beast.
SGA is a beast. They've found a good way to put the brakes on Jokic until last game. That series right there, I'm unabashedly an Anthony Edwards fan. Like I am cheering for
me
the Atlanta
too.
kid. So like I want these teams to tire each other out.
But,
Because
dude,
I
Ant-Man,
want this bad for the kid, man.
I do too, but
Shea too good, and so is Jokic. He got Jokic out last year. That's the reason I have faith in the Jokic. And like
Shea is too good, man.
Shea don't like when Shea gets that little bit of space.
Why are his arms so long?
It doesn't make any sense. He's so weirdly looking, but he's so good at basketball. He's probably going to be the MVP.
He should.
He should.
His arms are matched. So I have long arms. Like I can touch my kneecaps when I stand up straight. That's not supposed to happen.
That's a good DB build right there, though.
And yeah, I just wasn't fast. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you. I'd be in the NFL. Sitting by a pool
you'd be on
right
TV.
now.
You'd be on TV more. You'd be arguing with Damian Woody and shit.
Yeah, man. But I wasn't fast enough. I blame that. I put that on my mama.
Lack of speed. It's a trip. We've talked about this before. Giannis apparently is exploring leaving Milwaukee. He should. They've treated him poorly there.
Where's he gonna go?
I want him to go to Houston really bad.
I would never want to go to Houston.
I want him to go to Houston. Like a lot of I think Houston's a great fit. The people who like doing the pipe dream thing are like, what if he went to the Warriors? Like, it's not gonna happen.
Dog, that's it. That organization, with the exception of the Olajuwon years.
But they got something now. They've got a really young base. They have no one who can score for them. So all the dirty work he's famous for, he can offload that to these young bucks and just get his 33 and 10. And
but he's good at the dirty work. That's the part that he does.
But like we can free him up to do less of it. And the other place I've heard the push for them to trade the flag pick for Giannis, and that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
This man needs to do. The dirty work is the good part.
So, okay, last team I've heard, probably not going to happen. They don't have enough assets. Miami.
That's good. I like
him
that.
And Pat Riley and that whole heat culture shit.
Yeah, they can argue together and have fun.
Do you have any final words for Derek Carr's career?
Derek Carr?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't thought about that much.
Oh, Dave, whichever Carr just retired.
That's Derek. That's the one from the Saints.
Yeah, Derek.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, I thought I was wrong. Yeah, me tripping. I think I hate to see people retire early, but he was never like a game changer type dude anyway. So do you think that's where Aaron ends up now in the Saints?
Because I guess the Pittsburgh thing is done.
Okay, so between the Saints and Pittsburgh, I've got to imagine Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins will have jobs like before the summer's over, right?
Yeah, I think you got to take on Kirk Cousins' whole deal.
No, but I bet the Falcons. I bet that's what they're waiting on. They're finding a way to split the money that's legal. I guarantee that's why he's still on the roster.
And then Aaron Rodgers, I just can't imagine him being in Pittsburgh, honestly.
I can't imagine that Wild Boy being in New Orleans, though.
I think in New Orleans, at least there's a bunch of psychos that are like, we don't care. What happened? You were immunized? Okay. So was I.
By the Lord.
Mm-hmm. I just don't honestly, but how old is he? Aaron Rodgers?
39-ish. Let's see. Hold on.
He's 41 years old, dog. He's
what are we doing?
Bro, just quit.
Go home, be a family man. Oh, wait, your family hates you.
They all hate you.
If everyone who ever met your ass hates you, maybe you're not a great guy. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Go home, eat mushrooms, smoke weed, do ayahuasca. Just stay.
Call Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams would be nice to your ass.
No, Ricky Williams would be like, this guy sucks.
So this broke this morning, and I just saw it. The Caleb Williams stuff.
It's out now.
So apparently the stuff from the book is out. where Carl tried to get him not to go to Chicago. Said that's where quarterbacks go to die. Talk to Archie Manning. Wow.
Oh, this is so bad.
This is so bad.
I hate this.
What is happening? Why is this out here? Seth Wickersham. What's happening?
I hate this.
Why do we know this? American Kings, the biography of a quarterback, is coming out in September. Seth Wickersham. There's a lot of access to quarterbacks, including John Elway, Johnny Unitas, Warren Moon, members of the Manning family, and Steve Young, among others, including current signal callers Kirk Cousins and Drake May, which I don't know why their names are included in this at all. Wow.
I mean, to be fair, they're right. The Bears have never had a good quarterback.
Since
ever.
Sid Luckman, baby, Columbia University's own.
Sid Luckman? How long ago was that?
Let's find out. Sid Luckman, football quarterback, won the Heisman as a Columbia football quarterback. He led the Bears 4 NFL champions. He played from 1939 to 1950.
Bro, are you bruh.
Columbia University's own.
Bro, Sid Luckman in the not even the 40s.
Nah, fucking 40s.
30? Are you serious?
39 through 50, baby.
This wasn't even the NFL.
I'm going to read a quote here. He's sports writer Ira Burkow wrote that Luckman was the first great T formation quarterback. Is considered the greatest long-range passer of his time. NFL MVP in 1943. Please put some respect on his name, sir.
Bro, the early 40s, then he had to go to war?
That's some nasty work.
Then he had to go to war?
He did.
He's
a merchant Marine.
He
came back to the Bears after 43, left it after 43, came back in 46 and led them to a 5th NFL championship. Because why? Columbia, man.
That's before the merger.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's the last great Chicago quarterback.
Bro, because what are we talking about? Like Rex Grossman, Jim McMahon?
The fact that Rex Grossman
Jay Cutler?
Rex Grossman will be on this list, but not the Florida list, and that's hilarious.
Jay Cutler? What?
Sid Luckman, baby.
That's insane. Do you know
I was there when he got inducted in the Columbia University Athletics Hall of Fame.
That's very cool. I agree.
I forgot about that.
So shout out to my buddy McManus. His wife is actually getting inducted into the Fordham Hall of Fame.
Right on.
As a swimmer. She's one of their greatest swimmers of all time. So it's very cool. But what I'm saying is you can't be upset that they're like the Bears are pretty bad at quarterbacks. Like you can't be upset about him saying about
I
someone saying.
I can be upset that we know it.
You can be.
I can be upset that we know it.
Those are two different things. Two different things. Now, here's what I'm going to say. You got to pick which questions you answer. And they did a bad job of that.
But I guess they gave Wickersham all this access.
And that's what I'm saying is you got to look, man. I love my wife dearly. The things that I say to myself on my walk, those are for me.
Those are for me. That's a very.
Those are for me. So the things that the things that he tells his dad, or the things his dad tells him, those should only be for them. And I don't say bad stuff about my wife.
You know what? You just made a really good point. What do you think they said? If they said all this shit to some white man writing a book,
some random guy,
what are they saying at home?
That's even worse.
Now I want to read the book. You just sold me the book in a way Seth Wickersham and Carl Williams' chatty ass hadn't done yet.
The stuff my wife says about some of the other people at the pool, our neighbors, that's from me.
Yeah.
I'm not writing that down.
I'm not.
That's
It's on the
insane.
record. Great. Make sure you catch everything I say.
Make sure you remember everything I say. That's crazy. You can't do that. That's nasty work. You kidding me? The stuff my brother and I say to each other about our parents. What are you going to do? No. I don't care if you listen to this. We're never going to tell you. You'll never know. What are you talking about?
If anyone's still listening or deep in the podcast, God bless you if you're still here. You do not have to tell on yourself. I know we're in a world where it's like we got to record everything. You do not.
No.
Felder, us not having phone cameras on our cell phones in college is one of my greatest. Yeah. I've never been happier to be part of a generation.
If there was a camera phone that showed the video, and I don't mind telling this story because it's funny. If there was a video that showed basketball players are absolutely the weakest people I've ever met in my life. And if there was, this is not a joke. If there was a phone that showed when we got into a fight, when NC State decided they were going to come to our club, and we got into a fight that was so big that the bouncers could not break it up, and the basketball players were like scared, and we're like, let's get in there. Yeah, buddy, we're about to do it. And we're fighting, and then one bouncer comes in with mace, sprays everybody, and the basketball players, we're trying to still fight. Basketball players are like, oh my God, we have to get out of here. And we're like, what's wrong with you guys? This is fun.
For the record, that's
allegedly.
That's the appropriate reaction to being maced.
What is?
We should leave.
No, man, we took our shirts off and tied them around our face.
I know what happened.
Like,
I'm saying the natural, normal human reaction is to get your shit and leave. That's why mace exists. That's why it was invented, to clear a space.
Well, that's the fact. Here's the reality. They're just regular fucking people. What are we? We're superhumans.
And this is the man who will remind you that 100 men will get worked by one gorilla. I want everyone to realize that you're on the side against this. Like, he's that delusional and cocky, and he knows we'd get worked by a gorilla.
We would get worked by a gorilla, but absolutely we weren't getting worked by NC State that night. I can tell you that. And yeah, boy.
The best part about me.
The best, here's the thing. You pull your boy up like this. Get it covered up, and you're ready to go.
Every college football player you know had a bar or a club that they considered theirs. And every college football player you know has a story when them other dudes came to their bar or their club.
Oh, yeah. And you listen, and we put work in on them. My boy,
you tell the bouncers, if we get in trouble to a fight, what are you going to do about it?
Then what they did was mace us. They were like, these dudes, they're like, yo.
You know what we're not going to do? Get in the middle of it.
We're not getting in the middle.
Mace all these.
We maced all of them.
Nights over, close the bar.
Turn the lights all the way on. Mace them.
It's like 11:45. Night's over. We're calling it a loss for the night.
Yep, it's over. Done. Sorry. And the basketball players was like, they were useless. I'm not going to name names, Melvin Williams, but I'm just saying. Rayshawn Terry.
Basketball players. Basketball players don't fight.
Yeah, and they definitely don't fight. They don't know. They don't fight when you get maced.
You're not. Felder, tell everyone where they can find
Sean May.
Your non-mace related musings, sir.
Check out itsfelder.substack.com, and we are also. What else am I doing? Oh, Hand in the Dirt, a gardening podcast about football. And speaking of which. It's spring, it's summer almost.
Mm-hmm.
Pool's open. So I'm going to have to post some pool stuff too, I guess, because I got to start swim meet soon. To say I'm thrilled is an overstatement.
I might find a weekend to sneak up to Charlotte this summer.
You come up to Charlotte, you guys can stay in the guest bedroom, no problem. It'd be a Daniel came to Charlotte to see Chad and Felder and Nada, and not a here's Daniel's family. You can stay in the guest bedroom still. Like, it doesn't change anything. We're gonna drink some whiskey, and we will have to go for a walk. And then after that, we're good to go.
All right, man. Well, thank you.
I'd have those boys over, no problem.
Thank you for the time, my man. UD Pod, follow us, subscribe, share it. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, everywhere it goes. We'll be back on Tuesday. But yeah, have a great weekend. There is no outro. See you guys next week.